Alright guys, all we're going to look at today is strapping up our fingers. A few people have asked me this before, how do I strap up my fingers? This is my version. Some people like to strap two fingers together, one to the other finger. I just strap the individual fingers as and when they needed to be strapped. So you need a roll of tape. You can buy individual finger tape, which is a lot thinner, but it's costs just about the same, so you might as well just buy a decent roll which you can use for bigger joints as well. When you're strapping your fingers, if you start the session, you start sweating and then decide to strap it, regardless of what tape it is, it's unlikely to stick. It should be, your hand should be dry, whatever you're taping should be dry. So I've just got one roll here. From here, all you do, rip it. Now you can rip it in half or into thirds. It gets a little bit fiddly, but in thirds is fine. So from here, whichever joint's hurting, so say I'm using my middle finger here, it might be this top knuckle that I want to protect. So all I'm going to do from here is get one strip around the joint, just at the top. This is all we're doing here, is creating a little anchor, so you can see in this position here on. Then I'm going to get another piece and I'm just going to do exactly the same underneath that joint. So from here I'm coming round and just wrapping it around this position. Now each time I wrap, all I do is just give it a little squeeze each time so it comes through. So I can still bend my joint nice and easily here, so I can still grip, still get hold of my opponent, whatever I want to do. Then another strip, I'm going to come across the side now, over the top, then if you notice back down to the other side. So now this is sideways, side profile, what I'm doing, and each time just giving it a little squeeze and pushing it up. Okay. Now, this is the bit that I do differently to most, is now once I've got that in place, I've got my anchors, I will now strap the top here. So if you notice, I've come around the top, and now I'll come down the back of the joint. So I'll cross the joint at the back, and then I come round to the front, come round here. So you can't really see anything from this side, but if you notice from here, I've got a diagonal coming across. Okay, this once again is so I can still bend my finger for gripping. So I've done it one way, so I'm going to do exactly the same at the bottom now. So from the bottom, I'm going to come here, start off around the bottom, and then I'm just going to come up around the top now from this position here. Okay, now depending on how much the joint's hurting or how sore it is, you can do that a couple of times. I'm only going to do it once just so you can see. So it goes one way across the back and then the other way. So we start at the front, we wrap round and down the back and round the front. So there, now I'm offering some support to the actual joint that I need to. And then to finish it off, all I do is literally on top, again, pat it down here, nice and easy, one, and then on the bottom as well. So I've gone on both areas. Now you can go over the front of the joint, but you're going to restrict your movement again if you start strapping round diagonally on the front here. But as long as you come behind, you can come both ways and get that protection up. Then before you go, just give it a nice little squeeze, and that'll stay on for the whole session. You won't need to come in. If it's the lower joint, you want to do exactly the same, but when you're doing it, just do these two parts of the joint, okay? And then from there, you can tape however many fingers you need. Tape's available online, we sell tape, but there's loads of good providers out there. Just have a look, hope this helps.